Hey guys, what's up, it's Zyflin here. It's November 20th and Warframe has just officially launched on the Nintendo Switch. To celebrate the launch, Digital Extremes, the creators of Warframe, have sponsored the creation of this video to introduce the new wave of Tenno to the game and its mechanics. In this video we will be covering modding, star chart progression, and how to get new gear. But first, let's talk a little bit about what type of game Warframe actually is. Warframe is a third-person hack-and-slash shooter looter where you play as a ninja who has space magic. The game is completely free-to-play, meaning you have access to pretty much everything in the game for free, minus a few Prime and Tenno-gen cosmetics. When you first load up the game, you will be asked to choose between 3 different Warframes: Excalibur, Mag, and Vault. Each frame has their own set of unique abilities and stats which increase in effectiveness as you level them up. Excalibur is a melee-centric character who has very balanced stats and abilities. He can be useful in pretty much every game mode if modded correctly. He is a great starter frame to choose, however he can be obtained relatively early while progressing through the star chart. Mag is a caster frame whose theme is centered around manipulating magnetic energy to crush the bones of her foes. Sounds a little bit overdramatic, I know, but she has a very unique set of abilities that are very fun, but only really become effective when you have the correct mods equipped to take full advantage of all of their quirks. On top of that fact, you can also get Mag really early on in the star chart too. Last but not least, we have Vault, the frame that I recommend newer players to the game choose as their starter frame simply because he is the most expensive out of the 3 to obtain, and because he has a very diverse kit that is good early game and really good late game when you learn how to mod him. He is pretty much a caster frame who uses electricity to deal damage and buff up him and his team. When you start off, your Warframe is going to be at level 1. As you play and level up your Warframes, not only will you increase their base stats such as their health, shields, and energy capacity, you will also increase how powerful their abilities are too. To further leverage your abilities and increase your base stats, you're going to use what is known as mods. If you go down to your arsenal, hover over your Warframe and press upgrade, it will take you to your Warframes modding section. In this modding section, we have 10 empty slots. The 2 slots at the top are reserved for special mods known as Aura and Exilus mods. Aura mods go into the slot on the left and Exilus mods go on the right. The rest of the empty slots, however, you can equip to pretty much any mod you want. Usually, a mod will take a percentage of your Warframe or weapon's base stat and then add that on top. So for example, let's take our level 30 Vault. We want to increase our Vault's health using the mod known as Vitality, which is going to increase our Vault's health by 440% when we equip it. At level 1, Vault has 100 health. 440% of 100 is 440. When we level our Vault to max rank, he has 300 health, so when we equip Vitality to get that 440% bonus health, our Vault will then have 740 health. Notice that when we equip the Vitality mod, we lose 6 points of our modding capacity displayed on the top left. We only lose 6 points because we matched the polarity that was on our mod with the polarity in our modding section. If we put this on a blank spot, it would have consumed 12 points. You can add new polarities to your modding section using what is known as Forma. However, Forma will reset your frame or weapon back to level 0, so you have to re-level them again. You earn more modding capacity by leveling up your Warframe or your weapon. You can also permanently double the modding capacity of your Warframe or weapon by installing what is known as an Orokin reactor for your Warframe or an Orokin catalyst for your weapon. These are more commonly referred to as golden and blue potatoes in the Warframe community. You can get the blueprints for an Orokin reactor or catalyst from invasions and alerts. There is usually a gift of the Lotus alert for either of these after a developer livestream that is held at 2 PM EST on a bi-weekly basis on Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. Links will be in the description below. There are many different builds for all of your Warframes and weapons, and it's up to you to decide which type of build suits your playstyle and what type of build suits the weapon that you're using. Now that you understand the basics of modding, it's time to start progressing through the star chart so we can get even more gear and mods to make our Warframes and weapons even stronger. Once you complete the prologue quest Vor's Prize, you will be left to your own devices to travel through the star chart starting at Earth. To progress from planet to planet, you're going to have to complete the challenges for these things called junctions. Each planet, apart from Earth and a few special areas, have their own junction. You can view the challenges for each junction simply by hovering over them. Most of the junction requirements are pretty straightforward and are put into place to somewhat teach you the game. If you need help progressing through the star chart and its junctions, I recommend looking up a beginner's guide on YouTube or checking the Warframe wiki. Some of the junctions will reward you with blueprints for new weapons and other things. You can view all of your acquired blueprints in the Foundry. From here, you can also see all the resources that you need to craft the items in question. You can purchase more blueprints for weapons and warframes in the market off your ship. All you have to do is find the warframe or weapon that you wish to craft, select them in the market, and then press the credit symbol to purchase the blueprint for the warframe or weapon. Once you have the blueprint in your foundry, you will have to go and collect the resources for the thing that you want to build. Warframes will require Warframe parts. You can collect Warframe part blueprints from a multitude of bosses on the star chart. Each boss will drop 3 different blueprints, the parts required for building a specific frame. For example, if you needed to get the blueprints for the Rhino Neuroptics, chassis, and systems to craft the Rhino Warframe, you would go and kill the boss known as the Jackal on the node Fossa on Venus. At the end of the mission, you will be rewarded with a Rhino part blueprint. In most cases, the Neuroptics and chassis have a 32% chance to drop, where the systems has a 28% chance to drop. Keep in mind that some weapons and warframes are locked behind your mastery rank. You can increase your mastery rank by leveling up new warframes and weapons to level 30 for the first time. With all of that being said, you should now understand the absolute basics of Warframe. If you want more in-depth details about how to mod your starter frames, increasing your mastery rank, and starter weapons, you guys should go and check out Tactical Potatoes video, which will be linked here and in the description below. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit like. If you disliked it, hit dislike. Subscribe for more Warframe content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.